Wei Wuxian tried hard to suppress the little heart pounding erratically in his chest, wondering why it always seemed to be targeting him. The first time they met, Jiang Cheng and Nie Huaisang, two fully alive people, were ignored by it. Yet right away it scratched him until his chest was covered in marks. Had he done anything to offend it? Now clearly both Lan Wangji and he were plump and juicy little rabbits, so why be hostile only toward him? Or was it that among animals with the dog character in their names, they could all sniff out the timidness in him, bullying the weak and fearing the strong? It particularly liked sharpening its teeth and claws on him. The fox stared at Wei Wuxian and took slow, deliberate steps forward. Lan Wangji stood protectively in front of him, his gaze sharp and killing, a fierceness a rabbit should not have. The fox's mouth twitched involuntarily, hesitant in its steps. At this tense moment, a soft, sweet voice came. "Oh, why did two rabbits run in here? Yuan, don't eat." Miss Mianmian. A new savior appeared. Wei Wuxian's eyes lit up, and without hesitation, he abandoned Lan Wangji and shamelessly clung to the new savior. He hopped over, wagging his little tail, clutching the edge of Luo Qingyang's embroidered shoe, calling out passionately, "Miss Mianmian, it's me. I'm Wei Wuxian." Lan Wangji watched coldly. Luo Qingyang looked down at this attentive gray rabbit, scolding the still watchful fox a few times before lifting Wei Wuxian up. "Little rabbit, don't be afraid. It won't eat you." The fox snorted indignantly, circling a few times on the ground in discontent. Seeing Wei Wuxian resting peacefully in Luo Qingyang's arms, the fox reluctantly gave up and sulked on the ground, its small eyes fixed on Wei Wuxian. Wei Wuxian turned his head and glanced down at Lan Wangji. "Lan Zhan, why can't she hear me?" Lan Wangji's expression darkened, his snowy fur bristling and radiating cold. Wei Wuxian was puzzled. What's going on? The explanation wasn't surprising. The talisman went out of control, and only the two of them could hear each other's voices. Wei Wuxian was cradled in Luo Qingyang's arms, seriously lost in thought. Suddenly, a soft little hand stroked him gently, all the way from his head to the base of his spine. His whole body tingled splendidly, indescribably delightful. If she can't hear me, then so be it. Wei Wuxian gave up his serious contemplation, leaning into the girl's soft embrace, his cheeks slightly flushed, eyes comfortably closed, his ears softening down to his hind legs, completely immobile. Below, Lan Wangji stood like a statue, his gaze sweeping over this unruly scene. Two light-colored eyes with icy glints swept by disdainfully, he slightly turning his head as if unwilling to see the scene. Luo Qingyang was taken aback by a single glance from a rabbit, momentarily stunned. "You want to hug it too, right?" Tentatively reaching out, Lan Wangji dodged away instantly, nearly clawing her. Rabbit Xian clung to Luo Qingyang's arms, looking down and thinking to itself, the family tradition of little old-fashioned was strict and unsentimental. He couldn't stand me being hugged by a girl. But now I was not a grown man, just a cute little rabbit. What's the big deal? But this rare happiness was cut short in no time when a commotion came from outside the courtyard, and Wei Wuxian was set on the ground. Luo Qingyang followed the sound outside. The yard was noisy, everyone talking about Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji. The junior brothers' voices came through. Eldest senior brother is lying motionless inside, and so is second young master Lan. Both unconscious. Breathing is normal. The doctor has examined them. No physical ailments. But their souls are missing. Another youth said, "It must be eldest senior brother's paper-cutting body substitution technique." But why is second young master Lan unconscious too? Could it be he also learned the paper-cutting body transformation? Someone else said, "They found a jar of wine in the room. The Lan family doesn't drink." This obviously means eldest senior brother had gone there. I bet they both turned into paper figures and ran off playing together. Haha, Mr. Lan must be furious now. Be careful not to go to the Lan family's courtyard, or you'll get scolded. A crowd gathered in front of Wei Wuxian's room. Jiang Fengmian pushed open the door and spoke to the crowd. People dispersed quickly, obediently searching for the paper-cut figures. Someone shouted, "Watch out! Don't step on the rabbits." Why did these rabbits all come out? Really? I have some in my room too, better pick them up quickly. Ah, they're all pooping on my bed. Wei Wuxian hurriedly pulled Lan Wangji aside. Be careful not to get caught and taken back. From a distance, he watched the commotion at his own doorstep and had a sudden idea. Lan Zhan, let's go back to find my body and see if there's any way to restore it. When the crowd had mostly dispersed, the two sneaked in through the door crack. Wangxian bounced up onto the bed, feeling very much at home, as if nothing had changed. He jumped back and forth on his still warm body several times, hoping to knock his soul back in, but it had no effect at all. Finally, he squatted on his shoulder, smacked his own handsome face with a paw, and shouted, "Hey, wake up!" Such a simple and rough method couldn't break a carefully written and intricately linked spell. Wangxian lifted one hind leg, scratched his head in frustration, and noticed Lan Wangji cautiously squatting by the edge of the bed, with a clear boundary strictly separating him from Wangxian's body, not daring to cross it. Wangxian said, "Why are you squatting so far away? Come up, come up. Think of it as your own body. Don't be so polite." In a tone full of the generosity and magnanimity of a host, he invited Lan Wangji, "Come, come, just treat it as your own home. Step on it, jump on it, have fun." Despite his words, Lan Wangji hesitated a bit when raising his paws, first tentatively pressing on Wangxian's arm to feel the texture, then carefully stepping up. Every step was a strange experience. He was very slow and cautious with his movements and didn't dare move recklessly once up there, just staying quietly in one spot. Wangxian's chest rose and fell shallowly with each breath, and Lan Wangji's movements matched the rhythm. Beneath his paws came the low, powerful beats of a heartbeat. Thump, 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 thump. His ears twitched slightly. His fur fluffed in the air, revealing a trace of subtle confusion that could hardly be detected. Meanwhile, Rabbit Xian's paw reached under his clothes, trying hard to dig around. Lan Wangji was startled. "What are you doing?" Wangxian replied, "I want to take out my universe pouch. There are some talismans inside that might be useful." As it turned out, the rabbit paw was useless. Wangxian buried half his head under the collar, digging for a long time without success. He sighed. "Lan Zhan, help me take off these troublesome clothes." Lan Wangji looked up, his ears twitching and touching one another. Hesitating, Unaware of Lan Wangji's awkwardness, Wangxian acted immediately. He bit the red sash tied around his waist and pulled hard to loosen it. He then buried himself in the tangled clothes, pulled out a loose belt tail, biting it with his mouth, tugging hard like a tug of war. His 4 paws clutched at the collar, his head lifted to the air. Then he spat out and bit a spot further ahead, pulling the sash out bit by bit. One hind leg stepped on the loose collar, wiggling his little butt and kicking several times. The collar slipped away, finally exposing the universe pouch embroidered with a 9-petaled lotus that he held against his chest. Lan Wangji shifted to give him room. Suddenly he felt something silky beneath his paws, a completely different sensation from before. Looking down, he saw that, with the outer garment removed, he was stepping precisely on the silk inner garment worn on Wangxian's body. The warmth from the white silk undergarment heated the fur on his paws, creating a faint, tingling sensation. Anxiously, he moved slightly and pressed on a small, unknown, soft bump under the fabric with his paw. Rabbit G's ears blushed a quick pink, as if frozen by a spell, unable to move. After a moment, he slowly shifted a step away. His pink nose twitched, compelled by some strange force, and he looked down at the place he had just stepped on. A tiny, darker object was faintly visible beneath the thin silk, slightly protruding. Mesmerized, his gaze couldn't leave. His mind was filled with the strange sensation from that spot. He absent-mindedly lifted a paw in slow motion and gently covered that little bump. "Lan Zhan," Wangxian called out from a distance, surprised. "What are you doing?" Lan Wangji felt something was off, not just about turning into a rabbit, but something else about himself. Wangxian's voice woke him up. He withdrew the uncontrollable paw, looking somewhat embarrassed. Closing his eyes slowly and opening them again, he finally dared to look at Wangxian, and feigned not understanding the question, replying casually, "What?" Wangxian didn't probe his strange behavior and said, "Come help me. I can't open this universe pouch."